As a professional stalker and hunter, dragging out carcasses, being on my feet most days, and as a regular gym goer as well, I like to think I'm pretty fit, and deer stalking is certainly a good way to stay active. But in Scotland, there is a whole extra level of fitness that's required. The open season for red hinds spans the coldest months of the year, and from a deer management perspective, the most significant. During this period, average maximum temperatures are around 5 degrees C and average lows around 0. Typically, the number of days with snow falling in Scotland range from 15 to 20. However, the peaks of the Monroes experience around 100 days of falling snow. On occasion for me, it has been snow that's been the problem, but on the whole, the hardest part of stalking in Scotland has been the wind and rain and the cold that creeps in as a result. The challenging weather conditions, remoteness of the scenery, along with the steepness of the climb can bring with it some challenges. But it is the thrill of pitting yourself against the environment and your quarry that ensures that many hunters return year on year. In the following film, I'm travelling with 4 members of the Capriolas Club to Glencoe, which with its vertical climbs is undoubtedly one of the most dramatic areas of Scotland. On the first day, it's experienced shot Anders, who is over from Sweden, that is first up. With professional stalker Ben guiding, Anders does extremely well to stalk in on a group of hinds, and having got into position, it's then a waiting game for the hinds to present. It's a great shot, and the 150 grain bullet from the 308 slams into the chest cavity of the hind. And the deer tumbles down the hill. And then it's a climb up to retrieve the hind. So Anders, congratulations, your first Highland hind and follower, I believe.
It is, yes.
Well done.
Yeah.
And what sort of distance were we at?
The hind was about 150 meters, so 175 yards or something.
Yeah.
But it was quite steep up the hill.
Yeah.
Also, nice approach. They spotted us a couple of times, but we managed to get onto them again.
And what do you make of the scenery over here?
Yes, I haven't seen anything like it. It's totally fantastic, to say the least. Yeah. So the Swedish tradition is that you have to offer hunting party, with a small sip of something.
Are we allowed to know what it is first?
It's strong but sweet.
Not Scotch then.
It's not strong. It's not 80% Austrian straw.
So you do.
Hi Connor, are you there?
Yep, here. One of a men.
Aye, if you just park there a second, Victoria's going to come down and hand you my little dog to bring up when you come along that fence.
Next up, it's Josh, and this time it's a long traverse in driving rain before Ben locates a group of hinds just above us. Shooting at extended ranges on an incline presents additional challenges, but the rule of thumb is that when shooting on an incline or decline, a bullet experiences less drop than it will do on the flat. And here Josh does extremely well in placing a cracking shot on a second hind. So Ben, you've seen a few people come to the Highlands, a few recreational stalkers.
Yep.
What would you say is the biggest mistake that most people make? We're delighted to announce that not only will we be introducing a superb masterclass on Highland deer stalking to the UK Shooting and Hunting Academy later on in the year, but as the Lantra approved Proficient Deer Stalker Certificate Level 1 gathers pace as the UK's go-to stalking qualification, we're delighted to announce a significant step forward with the addition of a brand new Scotland module to the PDS-1. We recognise the challenges that many candidates face when trying to access quality training in remote areas and the difficulties and costs associated with traditional classroom-based training. The solution and future is e-learning, which allows candidates to access quality training without the cost and inconvenience of travel and a stay away from home. And perhaps more than anywhere else in the UK, the benefit of e-learning over classroom-based training methods can be realised in remote areas of Scotland. For too long, the PDS-1 has been considered to be a mainly English-based stalking qualification. This is now set to change with a fabulous new Scotland module that consists of 6 individual classes that provide detailed information on crucial subjects that relate specifically to deer stalking in Scotland. The module includes classes in understanding the unique nature of stalking in Scotland, safety, deer species in Scotland, taking the shot and how to take shots at extended ranges and in high winds, Scottish deer stalking legislation, and carcass extraction. As with other modules, upon completion of the Scotland module, candidates will be required to pass an additional multiple choice exam, with additional Scotland-based questions also being added to the final exam at the end of the course. It's important to recognise the unique challenges of stalking in Scotland, and with this fabulous addition of a Scotland module to the PDS-1 course is even more relevant and accessible to those who wish to pursue a deer stalking qualification in Scotland. For candidates who have already completed the PDS-1, you will be contacted and offered this module completely free as part of your ongoing training. So back to the Highlands, and on day 2 it's Lars and Joran that are on the open hill. After a few years away on another estate, it's great to have experienced hand Colin Fraser guiding Capriolas Club members on the hill. There are a few Highland stalkers with more experience than Colin, and his experience shows as time and again he guides Lars and Joran onto hinds, frustratingly only for them to remain tantalisingly just out of reach. It's hard going, and as the driving wind and rain ensures that after several long hours, not even the best clothing can keep members dry. So it's with great relief when Joran finally gets in onto a hind and follower. Of course, venison is not a byproduct of deer stalking, it is the primary purpose, and in these remote areas, great thought needs to be put into how the shot beast should be extracted. Upon completion of the PDS-1, candidates gain access to a large game meat hygiene course, which delivers trained hunter status and provides further information on the handling and inspection of shot deer.
Colin, tell me, if you've obviously seen a lot of recreational stalkers come to the Highlands to stalk, what would you say perhaps the most common mistakes are?
There's more on shooting at extended ranges and in high wind in the Scotland module of the PDS-1, added to which we'll hear more from Colin and Ben when their top tips and guidance will be revealed as part of a unique masterclass on Highland stalking coming soon to the UK Shooting and Hunting Academy later on in the year. In the meantime, if you'd like to learn more about how to stalk deer in the Scottish Highlands and elsewhere, then learn more about the PDS-1 and enrol today via the UK Shooting and Hunting Academy.